As a complete beginner, if you went to the gym 3 times a week for 10 months, how much strength would you gain? Well, this is exactly what I did in 2023, and I want to share that experience with you. First things first, how strong was I to begin with? I'm going to be measuring my strength with the 3 lifts athletes perform in powerlifting competitions. These being squat, bench, and deadlift. When I started going to the gym, I didn't plan on making this video, so I didn't measure my beginning lifts. But I do remember when I was starting out, I could bench press around 50 kilos for 3 to 5 reps, I could squat around 70 kilos for 3 to 5 reps, and I could deadlift around 90 kilos for 3 to 5 reps. Additionally, my starting body weight was around 90 kilograms as I was fresh off the end of my last challenge, and I'll link that video at the end if you're interested. In these early days, my form and technique left a lot to be desired, but for now I was just happy with seeing small strength gains in each session. But what did each session actually look like? My workout split for the week consisted of what is known as a push-pull legs structure. This is probably the most popular workout split amongst aspiring gym goers. It's called push-pull legs because you have 3 different workout types: a push session, a pull session, and a leg session. For each of the 3 sessions, I'd start with the 3 power lifts that I'm aiming to improve my strength on. For push, I would start with bench, for pull, I would start with deadlift, and for legs, I would start with squats. For the rest of these sessions, I would do various other accessory movements to target all the muscles in my body. So after a full week, I would have covered all 3 power lifts and targeted every muscle. In gym culture, this style of training is probably closest as what is referred to as power building, where you put equal emphasis on both powerlifting and bodybuilding. In terms of my consistency over the 10 months, I was pretty regularly hitting 3 to 4 times a week, with only a handful of weeks that fell short of this. Where I wasn't consistent, unfortunately, was my diet. My biggest regret, and definitely where I have the most room to improve, is my diet. My only goal was to consume 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight every day. This is the generally accepted guideline for men wanting to build muscle and strength. At the start, I pretty consistently hit this target with the help of protein powder in the form of smoothies, protein shakes, overnight oats, and that type of thing. Unfortunately, over time in my diet, the protein intake started to slip, and I started to take less protein shakes, and I was generally eating less healthy. I believe I built a good amount of muscle up to around 98 kilograms, and then from there, I think I mainly just gained fat up to about 104 kilograms. But enough about the diet. What gear did I use in the gym? Well, barely any, really. All I had were lifting straps and a belt. Lifting straps I only used for my heaviest deadlifts, and the belt I used for my heavy deadlifts and squats. I had a few lifting milestones throughout the challenge as well, a few days where I attempted 1 rep maxes. About 3 months in, I went for a deadlift 1 rep max. I managed to get 150 and nearly got 160, but it slipped out of my hands at the top. Around 6 months in, I decided to do both bench and deadlift in the same day. For bench, I got 90 kilograms, and for deadlift, I got 175. I knew I was at my limit for bench, but deadlift, I knew I had a bit more in the tank. My last 1 rep max attempt was about 9 months in. I was feeling really good on a deadlift day and just decided to bump the weight up to 200 because it's a big milestone, and it went up like butter. It was about 6 months in of going to the gym consistently that I envisaged an end goal for my beginner gym journey. This was 1,000 pounds. What I mean by 1,000 pounds is totaling 1,000 pounds over the 3 power lifts. So in kilograms, this is 450 kilograms. So what this looks like is achieving a 100 kilo bench, a 150 kilo squat, and a 200 kilo deadlift. This 1,000 pounds goal really seemed to me like a gateway into intermediate lifting. And it was about 10 months into my journey that I really thought that I was capable of hitting this goal. So doing a 1 RM day today. I'm going to do a squats first, kind of simulating a powerlifting day. So I'm going to do a warm up here. Going to start at 140 kg and then see if we can hit 150 after that. So here we are. It's a 1,000 pound attempt day, and I put an easy weight on there that I know I can get just to get a number on the board. Now we bump it up to the goal weight of 150. After a good prep and a deep breath in, I get down, grind it out, and get it up. Now I know I've got some more in the tank, so I decide to bump it up to 160 just to see what I can do. A little bit shaky in the prep, but I'm ready for this. And a huge grind up, boom, 160 in the bag. Now again, we start a bit lighter to get a number on the board. 90 kilograms first. Smash that out without too much effort, so we decide to bump it up to 100 kilos, which for me is a huge milestone. It is for a lot of gym goers as well. 2 plates on the bar, very shaky, but I grind it out, super hard rep, get it up. So proud of that. So we're about to load up 190 on the deadlift, which if I lift successfully, then that's the 1,000 pounds total, which is my goal. Hopefully we'll do a bit more than that, but that's the goal. Now on to my favorite, deadlifts. Now 190 kilos will complete the 1,000 pounds, and I absolutely know I can get this. Boom. I know I've gotten 200 kilos before, so I need a new PR today. I need to hit that 210. This will give me way more than 1,000 pounds, but I'm keen for it. Huge grind, 210 kilos in the bag. I am over the moon. So here are the results. On day 1, the heaviest I had benched was 50 kilos, the heaviest I had squatted was 70 kilos, and the heaviest that I had deadlifted was 90 kilos. Now on day 300, on this 1,000 pound attempt, we got a 100 kilo bench, we got a 160 kilo squat, and we got a 210 kilo deadlift. Now converting to pounds, this gives us a total of 1,036 pounds, smashing that 1,000 pound barrier. But without getting too carried away about these results, I do have to reflect on the journey. What I learned from this journey, and one of the reasons I think I saw success, is comparison. I'm sure you've seen this topic talked about hundreds of times over numerous aspects of life, but if you compare yourself to others, there's always going to be someone who's better than you, and you're never going to really reach fulfillment. Rather, comparing yourself to your yesterday self, you can constantly break your PRs, achieve new goals, and really just feel good about yourself. The other thing I learned during this is that diet is key. My strength and my muscle gains really started slowing down when I let my diet slip, and I know I've got a lot of work to do in that area. And the other thing I learned is that having friends with you to show you the way and help you out is a really big boost. So if you have any friends that are into going to the gym, you pretty much have a free gateway into that world. And if you don't, everything I learned over the journey can be learnt online and by just giving it a crack. What I think really drove my progress as well was setting an end goal. I know a lot of people that go to the gym because they just want to get toned. If you're just looking for general health, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Resistance training is so healthy for you. There's so many benefits: bone density, joint health, tissue health, the list goes on. But you're much more likely to stick to it and to see improvement if you set a goal to reach towards. To cap it off, I was pretty happy with this challenge. I had a heap of fun. For now, my focus shifts onto other things, but when I return to weightlifting, I'm going to be putting a lot of emphasis on my bench press, since I think it's a bit behind the other 2 lifts. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and like, and check out my other videos. It helps so much more than you know. Cheers.